So do this real quick, and then I'm gonna head over to the convention center. That's why I'm not really waiting. If you want to share it, you can. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't know why this music is playing. I don't want you to play that loud. Okay. Type some ones if you can hear me before I get going with this. Type some ones, ones, ones. I just want to see one, 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 and then I go because I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Somebody type some ones. Type some ones. Let me make sure you guys can hear me before I get going with this. But while you're doing that, if you can hear me, that's fine. But because I'm going to go over to the convention center. But one, one, one. Hi, Nakia. Hey, Bernadine. What's up, Antoine? So day 3. I'm here and I'm enjoying myself, as I said yesterday. Had a couple of experiences that I wanted to mention today because, yeah, AIM was aiming yesterday. I was supposed to play with an artist, but the reason why I'm late, I had an epic battle with a fly up in here, and he wouldn't let me be great. So me and this fly, I battled. I've chased him around this room, and when you catch a fly that's been bothering you, you know how you just say, "Oh God, yes, finally got you." So right now he's swimming somewhere. he floated around in the toilet bowl. You can see him try to fight his way out. No, there's no fight. Fly flushed. But anyway, I'm here. But yesterday AIM was aiming, and what do I mean by that? When I was coming up, it would always be they would have musicals. They would have the regular service, and then they would have musicals. I don't know how far back some of you go as it relates to AIM, or as it was known, the Youth Congress, or whatever, the My Convention, all the way back to the UNAC days. I'm going back to UNAC. And when it was the UNAC days, they used to have the service, and then they had a musical, right? Let me get my preacher's towel going. So the musical would happen, and those used to be epic. You had your artists that would come and they would sing. Then it seemed like the ones that would go first, they would just go hard, like 20 minutes. You like, yeah, okay, when is this song gonna end? So what they would end up doing, if you were closer to the end, they would say, oh, well, you got to do a verse and a chorus. And then some people wouldn't have a chance to sing because it was so many artists and it wasn't enough time. Well, it happened again, which can be unfair for people who are coming out of town. Say, for instance, you came from somewhere, you drove 4 hours from Detroit or something like that to be here, or 5, 6, 7 hours from Detroit to be here to sing on this service, and then they come telling you, oh, we're out of time, you got to come back another day. That could kind of tick you off. And so when I say AIM was aiming, it was aiming last night with the group that I had to play for. And I think that that's unfortunate. I think it needs to be a better way to do that, to make sure that everybody has the right amount of time allocated. Make sure you have X amount of artists or acts, and this is their allotted time. You need to do it like that, so because you don't have people who drove from distances unknown. Now, the group that I was supposed to play for, they ended up singing after I left, because I left at the time when they were supposed to end this thing. And so I found out later that they actually sung, but you don't want to have to rush through your songs. You have people that did every amazing run known to man. And so now when it's my time to sing, oh, you got to do a verse and a chorus. But if you're doing a ballad, how can that happen? Which I would argue you shouldn't do ballads late at night. But I saw some things last night, and it was the youth service. And even though I don't usually go to the youth service, I just go to hear and hear younger musicians and how they perform or how they execute. I ended up helping out a friend, and that's why I was there. I mean, I wasn't the only older person that was there, but as far as going to the youth functions, I don't do that. But I noticed something. And there's a couple of things that I want to touch on before I run back over to this convention center. I think when you are in a national convention or international convention such as this, you're going to be running into thousands and thousands of people. And I would say first to the young men, you should at least have very long, passionate, and thought out dreams with soap and water. When I walked into that room, it was a certain area I walked by, and it was musicians that was there. It smelled like raw sewage, open butt cheeks, and unopened porno magazines. It was the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. And I couldn't imagine that you would come to a convention and bring that level of stinkiness to this convention. Why did you not think to wash your aspirations? And I couldn't believe what I was smelling. I'm like, even here, even here we do this. Which brings me to this. When I was coming up, and I'm not trying to, tell you what to do as far as old man and young, whatever, you call me old, whatever. But it was a time when we at least dressed for church. Yes, you're going to wear your jeans. Yes, you're going to wear your gym shoes. Yeah, you're going to wear your t-shirts. But I literally saw people walking through these hallways at this convention center with tank tops, old dusty shorts, and everything else. And I'm thinking to myself saying, are you physically going here? Is this what we doing? I just couldn't understand why you would think it would ever be okay to come to a national convention and smell and dress this way. I don't understand. And when I saw that, I was like, wow. It was a level of stinkiness that I never listen, Dontre. It was bad. And I try not to go there because I know it can be difficult, because you're in the sun, you're walking around and everything else. But good Lord, young men, hear my heart. Hear my heart. Once you get up, even when you're at home, right? Once you get up and you get off your air mattress, just take some time and think long and hard. Pray to Yah Almighty and say, God, before I begin anything, please, Lord, give me the strength and the power to run in here and turn this knob, Lord. Then help me, God, guide my hands. Help this soap enter into thy palms. Let it rub together, Lord, and let it experience my body in a way that only you can manifest. These and other blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. And after you say that prayer, see, I'm one of those people that after I pray, God gives me direction and I take action. God's going to give you directions to the shower. He's going to help you walk into the shower, help you put the shower gel on. Now, I'm not saying you got to be like me, literally over here on my counter. If you was to walk in my room, you would be like, dude, you can only wear one of these at the same time. No, I wear one in the morning, one in the night, one in the morning, one in the night, I'm doing it like that. But if you don't, I understand some of you, you don't have much money. You usually, like I said before, you got your air mattresses. So, okay, soap and water works just as well, especially if you go get the good ones. And so what I was smelling, that profane proclivities last night, I'm never going to put you on blast and tell you who you were. But before you leave your room, if you did some sinning in aim, that happens too. If you did some sinning, just kind of, go in the bathroom and smell your balls and make sure they don't smell like inhuman indecencies. And then run yourself into that shower. Now, if she's sharing a room with her parents, I understand you may need to jet out of there after your experience. Then after that, go to your room and then shower. What up, Deontay? So I just couldn't understand that. So the dress and apparel, I kind of understand that you're young. I did it too. I mean, I got on jeans right now. I understand that. But come out decent. You know what I mean? Don't just think you just, I'm at home. A tank top with deodorant, assuming that you wore deodorant, balls under your no. Nope. We're not doing that. Which brings me to the other side. Start with the fellas. We as the older generation, I know they're not going to listen to me. I'm not their parents, but those of you who have children who are here or attend these conferences, we need to start teaching our young women how to dress. Seriously. We need to teach them about undergarments, how to wear slips, or whatever they put in where you don't see panty lines digging into your skin through your dresses. That is unacceptable. I mean, as men, we as men, we definitely go watch that. What? Yes, we are. I don't care what you say. We go look, but I'm thinking to myself, if we can see your panties just literally digging into your butt like claw fists, then it's something wrong. Something is wrong, and I think something needs to be done, because last night when I was with the youth and I saw some of the stuff that they were wearing, I was like, there's no way in heaven, Hades, Gehenna, Tartarus, or a place you call hell, or Sheol, there is no way in either the heavenly hosts or anywhere else my daughter would be coming out with some of these dresses. The one chick dress was so tight, she needed an air compression to put it on, to make her body suck in so she could get in it, and then it said boom. And I was like, you literally wore this to a church convention and your parents were okay with it? And I'm not, listen, I wasn't gawking. That stuff don't move me. I knew I was at a young musical, and I know how some of y'all are. I wasn't like, oh my God. But I was like, really? Really? This is what we doing now? And then I'm going to say this, and I'm about to tick some of you off, but I got to say it. This goes for men, the boys, and the women. You have got to be by far the most rotund, obese children I've ever seen in my life. Never in my life would I ever imagine I would see people under the age of 25 be this fat. Seriously. I can understand you getting older, our metabolism slows down. So we got to change some things up to stay smaller. I understand that more than all of you. But I don't see a reason why you are under the age of 25 and you are already a silverback status, or you just grossly obese and you that young. What's happening? There is no way in the world. There is no way in the world. I remember when I was that age and going to these youth functions, there was no way our children, none of my friends was that fat. None of the daughters was that fat. Now we got just silver and gold. I thought I was at a Kurt Franklin concert. Silver and gold, silverbacks, goldbacks, silver and gold. I was like, what's going on? Why are we so obese? What's going on? Maybe y'all can help me in the comment section. Why are our children so big? What's going on? You said, Brenda Thompson said these young ladies were not taught how to dress. I get it. Or they were taught wrong. They were taught wrong. I mean, you don't need, listen, what are we saying when you wear a dress and your cleavage is so low and all your gazumbas are just hanging out everywhere? My daughter, man, listen. That would have been one. I'm telling you right now, with my daughter, no, we're not doing that. We're not coming out the house looking like that. We're just not doing that. Parents are more interested in being their children's friend than the parent. I agree. But meanwhile, this is the last point I'm gonna make on this, and because it was disturbing to me. And they always say the older ones, we don't say anything. Well, I'm saying it now. And I'm not trying to tick nobody off. Please, I'm just seeing an observation. Uber Eats. But check this out. Isaac Cover, poor diet, IT school. I see mostly junk. Yeah, but they're not shedding it like we did for some reason. Like I was younger, when I was in school, and I'm showing my age, when the 2 for $2 Big Macs had just came out. They will never do 2 Big Macs for $2 now. Never, ever. But when I was in school, high school, the 2 for $2 Big Macs was in, and I used to kill that, But you're talking about 150-pound 16-year-old, that was an athlete and was cut, but they never went anywhere. In fact, my parents, I think my mom could probably attest to this. They was wondering why I was getting so skinny. They're like, "You all right?" because I was so small, but I was still eating like crazy. My metabolism was just off the chain because I was young, which bring me why I'm saying I never understood how you could be less than 25 and be this fat. You just obese. Help me understand. Older people, I'm seeing silver all day. I know that's going to happen. Now, let me say this, and I'm being honest with you. They had a marriage class, and they better be glad I wasn't on there, because I'm saying this. I would have sat in that marriage class and be like, it makes no sense for you to be obese and you out here in the dating market. You are not helping yourself. I don't care what they trying to teach you about body positivity. These men ain't looking for no rotund chicks out here. Not the kind of men y'all want. They don't. Because in these same classes, they teaching the men to level up so you can take care of your woman and provide the life she wants to live. That's cool, but that comes with a price. I would have tore that class up. Oh, God, they wouldn't have wanted me in that. Oh, no, don't you ever come back here, because I would have had a lot of people crying, because I like to cut myself up first. So if I'm self-deprecating, then you know I'm not going to care about talking about your flaws. But I see that in older people, but I get it, whatever. But younger people, I just don't understand that. I don't understand the dressing. Here's the part that's going to tick you off. One of the parts that I saw. I was seeing too many kids there last night that looked like they were in their early 20s or less. And I was seeing way too many babies. Way too many babies. I'm talking about babies. I'm talking like children, like infants, like you carrying them around. I get it happens. That's life. But it's a disturbing observation that I made when I look up and I see so many. And I don't see even the fathers around. Now, if you're the father around, that's great. I'm not going at you. It's just a disturbing trend that here I am at a church event, and I'm here with the youth, and I'm seeing a lot of children here carrying babies. That's a disturbing trend to me. So when people say sex is not it happening in church, it really is. We got the babies to prove it. But marriage is the part that's not happening. Relationships, strong relationships that lead to marriage is what we're not seeing. And it was disturbing. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not for to throw you in hell because you had a baby. For me, it's just the trend. It was just a lot of, it was way too many, and I'm looking through the hall and I'm seeing more strollers, which is crazy because I'm not seeing a lot of older saints, 30, 40, of course not 40 and 50, but I'm not seeing none of the older saints really walking around with children. I'll go to the youth service, and that's why I'm seeing all the infants. That's what I saw last night. And I was a little disturbed by that. You can tell me I'm being too dramatic or whatever, but that's what I see. But overall, I've been enjoying it. Outside of Aim last night, Aim was aiming last night. Daryl said he had a bad experience. I was with you, Daryl. So yeah, it was a bad experience. It really was. And I think that part needs to be better. Moving on to the other part. I had a service today, and I wasn't planning on playing until tomorrow. Again, Bishop Hudson's in tomorrow. So it was a service that happened, and Dorinda Clark Cole preached. Now I'm here. I didn't even bring my bass. My bass, you probably see it back there. Because when I'm here, I'm practicing, I'm being inspired. I am so inspired by these young musicians. And I'm inspired by all the musicians that I'm hearing, and even keyboards and guitar players. So I come here, and my bass, you could probably see it. It's kind of blurred out. I got this camera blurred, but it's back there. I come back to the room and I practice. But at this time, it was right there where it was practicing or whatever, usually probably on my bed, which is over there. Way over there, by the way. But anyway, I'm practicing and my bass is not put up. So I went and Quadras is here, and he was playing for the choir that sang at the missions and evangelisms. And the musicians that played, they had another rehearsal. And so when Dorinda got up, they left while she preaches. She about to preach, and she looks up, and the drummer's leaving. I know it was another drummer that got on, and Quiet got back on the keys, and then another guy played organ, but there was no bass player. And so I had to run, and my hotel is attached to the convention center, but it's around. It's a little bit of a walk for me. And that's fine because I'm trying to get my steps in anyway. It works in my favor. But I thought to myself, a lot of musicians complain about not playing at AIM, right? But they don't go to the services that will ensure them time to play. And it begs the question, number one, why do you want to play or do you want to be seen? Because if you just want to play and you want to play, these are the perfect opportunities. Sunshine Band goes on in the morning. I looked up in there and I didn't really see a full band in there. I mean, but everybody wanted to run to the big stage and play. I can't. To be honest, this is the first time I ever said it, and Steven probably may watch this. I don't really like playing on the big stage. It's too big. The sound is everywhere, and I just don't like it. I don't like the pageantry. I don't like all the stuff that goes along with it. To me, I enjoy playing the Revival Fire or Missions. And one year I actually played Sunday School. Now imagine me. Everybody here is like, oh, that's Dee Hearne. I don't care about that, but they like, it's Dee Hearne. Yeah, and Dee Hearne goes to play Sunday School. These are the opportunities that you have to play. It's not like you can come in and automatically kick off every musician and play for the big stage. Everybody's in line to do that. And here now, they delegate. It used to be a time where if you went to rehearsal and you registered, you played. Now that ain't the case. It means I'm not saying these guys don't register. I'm not in a financial business, but I can guarantee you, honestly, even if they didn't register because of their talent, because of who they are, or because of whatever camaraderie they have with people involved, they're going to play. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm saying this is what happens. So if you are coming in, nobody knows you, nobody heard of you, how do you get your opportunity to play? You're not going to play on that big stage. You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen for you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unless you know somebody or unless you've proven yourself, I don't know how you could do it miraculously, but that big stage ain't happening for you. It's not really happening for the ones who've been serving for the last few years. So it's definitely not going to happen for you unless they know you and they respect you or whatever. And if it's a whole new shift going on that I'm not going to get into until Monday, then yeah. I desire every musician who shows up and registers or shows up, them to have an opportunity to play. That's my desire, but that's not realistic now. The realism is if they know you or if they respect you or whatever, you're going to play big stage. That's my convention. That's the big one. But then there are other auxiliaries that you can actually play at if you just want to play. If you want to be seen, you're going to be riding the oak. If you just want to play, there are many opportunities for you. Seriously, there are other opportunities. Home and Formation. It's other things you could play at. I just think we get so caught up in trying to play big stage because I want everybody to see me. And here, that doesn't fly. This bass is literally going to sit here. When I get up in like a few minutes, when I'm done here, I'm literally going to walk out this door without this bass. And because I know chances are I'm not playing tonight. And I'm okay with it. But some of you not, but you want to play big stage. It's not going to happen for you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But overall, it's been a great experience today. I didn't get a chance to watch the stream. Y'all can tell me in the comment section, how did it sound? Has the stream gotten better? I may take a listen to it while I'm walking over there. But you could tell me how it was, but I'm enjoying AIM. I'm enjoying seeing friends that I haven't seen. I haven't been in AIM in like 3 years, so I'm actually having a great time in chilling and enjoying myself. The musician class, that's been pretty good. I'm enjoying the musician class. I mean, I came in kind of late and I stayed, a good 20 minutes, but the time I was there was good information. David Blakely was able to talk, and some of these guys, they were talking about different things, and I enjoyed it. And I did share it on my page, by the way. If you're on Facebook, I did share it. Steven went live, and I shared his live. He was there from the beginning. But it's a very good experience. I can't wait until tomorrow. But if you have any other questions about AIM, let me know. But overall, it's been a great experience. The musicians, it has not been no big eyes, little U's. Everybody's been doing, fellowship, and it ain't been nobody acting crazy, contrary to popular belief. We all pretty much get along. But I'm about to jump off of here. But anybody have anything to say? Leave it in the comment section. I tried to go live yesterday, but I got in at after 12. Which, oh, let me say this. Indianapolis sucks in this way. When I go to Atlanta, no matter how late, I can get something to eat. When I go to Texas, Houston, something to eat. Chicago, definitely. Nowhere but here in Indianapolis, when I tell you everything closes, I'm on Uber Eats trying to find, and y'all don't know how hard it is to try to find a salad. I was just trying to find a salad, anything. Man, everything closed. Dude, I literally didn't really eat yesterday. And I can't do that. I ate today though. I had some vegetables and I had like this Brussels sprouts thing. It was pretty good. Yeah, but anyway, I hate that about Indianapolis. But I'm about to head over to this convention center. So I hope everybody's having a great one. I hope you enjoyed your holiday yesterday. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.